Welcome to the Class of the Little Sass podcast. I'm your host, Carrie Millspaw, best-selling author and award-winning motivational speaker with over 20 years in the personal development industry. I believe that the more you know, the more you grow. With each podcast episode, I will educate and empower you, girlfriend to girlfriend style, on how to create a happy life, from motherhood guidance, career and business advice, to feeling confident in your relationships and everything in between. This is Real Talk Radio. Let's jump right into today's episode. Hello, my dear listeners. I am in my new townhome in Traverse City, Michigan. Wanted to talk about crossing coasts, navigating the stress of moving across the country, doing this real time. I am recording this at 10 o'clock at night on September 5th, a day before this is released. And kind of off the cuff, I just want to do a deep dive into the highs and lows of moving. Everyone thinks, oh, yay, you're back in your hometown. I'm so happy for you. And I'm loving all the welcome home posts on Facebook and people messaging me and instant messaging me and texting and so on. And it's wonderful. It's a Tuesday night and our moving van literally came, 5 days ago, last Thursday. So I don't know. It's been crazy. There's been some interesting innuendos, and God loves numbers and signs and wonders. And he shows us that his hand is in everything, even when we're super uncertain. From the decision point of, let's do this on July 17th, once we got some news that, they were going to sell the house that we were renting for 8 years. And they did offer for me to buy it. I just had no interest in putting an anchor down in Las Vegas. I feel like after 15 years of living there was enough. I served my time. I'm good. I'm done with the desert. I'd been done for a long, long time. And what's interesting is, again, they only put it up that I needed that little nudge. It was like motivation 101. Just here you go. Someone handed me permission to just go all in. Because let's be real, nothing about moving across the country is fun. Not one thing is fun. I cannot stress it enough. It is so hard. It is emotionally hard. It is mentally hard. It is physically hard. All of it. The stress is unbelievable. I don't recommend doing it unless the prize is so worth it. There's got to be a reason. There's got to be something at that finish line that really motivates you to do this, because it was exhausting. One of the most challenging things I've been through in a really long time. And I've done a lot of crazy hard stuff. I've been through a lot of really challenging times. And this was self-inflicted challenges, right? So no one forced me to leave the city. I could have easily gotten another home. There is an abundance of them there. There is not a housing crisis in Las Vegas like there is in my hometown of Traverse City, Michigan. Waiting list is like 1 to 2 years just for an apartment. So big difference. I was really going towards something that wasn't going to be easy. I knew it was going to be a challenge. I knew that it would be worth it though. There's just good things come with challenges. A lot of sayings around that. Good things take time. Good things take effort. You don't get a great marriage without the work. You don't get a great physical physique without the work, and so on. So I'm diving in quick because I'm so off my schedule and routine. I'm driving myself crazy. Today, I got a brand new desk delivered, and we put it together, and that is my grounding point. It was time for a new one anyway. I didn't want to take the old one, gave it away. It was one of those donations on Facebook Marketplace. And I just felt so good to just be free of some things and, new things like new king mattress and new drapes, new this, new that, just kind of fun things as I sold old and gave myself permission to buy new when we would arrive. I figured it would be less stuff to drag across the country. And it's a good excuse to have kind of a new slate. So what's so strange though, is this is literally the first time I'm sitting at my desk and doing some work, and it feels so good. When you are out of your routine, what is it that is your comfort that can make you feel grounded again? Are you a runner and it's your running shoes, just putting on your running shoes and going for a run, no matter where you are in the world, that is your grounding? Is it, my daughter's is her makeup routine is when she kind of collects her thoughts for the day while she's getting ready, and she prefers a nice vanity. She is the all in queen of all products and makeup. She's on a whole nother level. She needs to do that as an influencer. She's obsessed and she's really good at it. And hers is she wanted to get a brand new vanity with all of the drawers and the compartments for her fun little makeup brushes and products that she likes to use. And that is on order. So she feels a little, ungrounded right now. And so think about things that are just a good routine when you're in that circle of, gosh, I feel like we were in not a tsunami, but kind of a tidal wave. You come up for air and then you get tumbled again. I'm not even a surfer, but that's kind of my mentality around it is you just come up from air and then another wave would get you and another wave would get you. And you're really learning to just take a gulp of air and go forward again. And I'm not a girl that's like a trainer or someone that trains for like a marathon or anything of that nature when it comes to physical stress or strength. But I am a mindset girl that when she gets her mindset to something, I know it's going to take some grit and grace to get it through, just to get to that finish line. And the grit part is not fun. And most of us run away from it. It looks too hard, we leave, and we never get what we want. We look at it and go, no, I'm going to have to get some dirt under my fingernails. Nope. I'm going to break a sweat. No, thanks. I'm going to have a sore back. Nope. And girls, let me tell you, my body hurts in places I don't think I'll ever recover from this. My back, my feet, the circulation of my legs from just standing and going up 2 flights of stairs with boxes and furniture and all the things. It's taken a toll on me. And I can't wait to just get back into routine. This is like the first step into it where just get me back to running companies again. I've taken enough time off. Let me just go. Like this life change has disrupted my routine enough. It's time to get back into Carrie land where I feel the most powerful, which is my business, my brand, helping people, helping businesses, getting, just that business strategy out there. That's what makes me feel whole again. So from conception date, which was July 17th, to the day we left Las Vegas was 40 days. And I was joking with my sister. She goes, 40 days and 40 nights? Because we've all heard the Bible stories of when Noah built the ark and then it rained for 40 days and 40 nights and flooded the earth. There's another 40 in the Bible, if I can just kind of remind you. Is when Jesus was tempted in the wilderness right before his crucifixion, where Satan was tempting him. He was wandering around in the desert, fasting. And Satan was trying to tempt him to turn a stone into bread. And if just do this, do that. Aren't you the Son of God? Don't you have angels to help you? So I want to do a deep dive on the 40 and see what else is, just significant to the Lord, because that's very interesting that from let's do this, I feel this nudge from God, to we are all packed, ready to go and driving out of Las Vegas. 40 days. That's it. I've never moved that quickly. I mean, I have. Over a decade ago when I had that eviction back in 2009, I kind of knew it was coming. And I had a small apartment at the time and didn't have half as much stuff. So that did help. I knew I was going to need to get a storage unit quickly. So that hastiness probably brought back some of those old dark memories for me in my soul where I was in fear mode. This was more of a positive mood, of course, big positive smiles. And that's the only thing that could get us through this, because it was torture. Now, the parts that were torture was, let's start with the 25 items of furniture that you put on Marketplace, Facebook Marketplace, and then you're negotiating with multiple people per item, and the back and forth, and when can I come get it? And will you take this for it instead of that? And, what's the measurements again? And the constant bing, 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 bing of your phone with Facebook Marketplace. That's step one of crazy. Okay. And I'm only I'm just using y'all to vent because this is girlfriend time. You got your wine, got your coffee, whatever you drink, tea, I don't care. This is my time to just chill with you and vent a little bit, have a heart-to-heart talk of the hard stuff we have to do to get to what we want, and why most of the time we just back away from the hard. Nope, sorry. I knew it was going to be tough. There was a part of me that was like, here we go, grit and bear it. Just go, girl, bear down. You can do this. It's not going to be fun. And the person that made that little saying that says, life's about the journey, not the destination, is lying, because that journey was not fun. It was all about the destination. Sometimes you have to flip it just to get through the journey. Sometimes you just have to go, you know what? That destination is the only thing getting me through this journey, because this journey every day was the same. I felt like I was living in Groundhog's Day. Wake up, sell furniture, pack, throw away, make a pile for donations, schedule donation truck. Oh, let's sell a couch. Let's sell another couch. Let's sell the kitchen table. Let's sell the hutch. Let's sell bedroom furniture. Let's sell the guest room bedroom furniture. I'm downsizing massively from a big 4-bedroom house. And everyone knows in Las Vegas, square footage is abundant there. Yards, not so much. The houses, yes. I was downsizing from a 2,400 square foot home to a 2,000 square foot home. But I'm on 3 floors now where we live. We have a walkout basement, a middle floor, and then our bedrooms are upstairs and the bathrooms. And it's not, you wouldn't think it'd be that big of a difference, but it is. It really is. Having more of a narrow, typical townhouse structure, you can't have these ginormous 6-piece sectionals, it just doesn't work. So I'm selling, scheduling donation trucks, making piles of donations, doing the sorting of, should we get a U-Haul truck and have my ex-husband fly out and drive it back? Then there's the gas for that. And then there's how slow it takes. Should we get a company that similar to like a pod? You guys have heard that brand where you store a crate, which Lord knows I had way more stuff than a crate would ever be able to handle. And how many crates can I have? 5. So I ended up thinking through this, and what actually worked out best for me convenience wise was to schedule with U-Pack. And that's the letter U, P-A-C-K, because I'm going to give them a shout out. I had a great experience with them. Excellent service. They drop off your trailer. You kind of get a guesstimate of how much footage you need. I was guessing 17. I didn't know where to start, like 17 feet of the trailer. It's a 28-foot trailer. They drop it off, a semi, okay? The sucker's huge. It's not a U-Haul size trailer. This is a big semi-trailer. It's 28 feet long. You measure to what you need, the 17 feet. And if you go over, of course, it's like $100 more a foot from your original guesstimate quote. We went over like two feet, which I didn't think was too bad, an extra $200 than what I was. And again, I was guessing, but I had downsized so much. I thought for sure I'm not going to even need the 17 feet. Wrong. So bless my ex-husband did fly out. He packed that sucker by himself pretty much. I mean, he had my daughter's boyfriend helped him with some big stuff. I helped him with some big stuff, but for the most part, he navigated the game of Tetris of just trying to sort those things in that trailer all the way to the roof so you can get as much square footage as you can, make the most out of every foot that we had in there. Then you lock up your section with this divider and you get your own locks with your keys and you lock it in, and they come and pick it up whenever you ask. Like the day before you come request it, they come get your trailer. Bye. See you in Traverse City. And they deal with the driving across the country. They deal with the gas. It actually ended up being cheaper than renting a U-Haul. Not only did I get more room, but I didn't have to deal with the gas. But it would have been at least another $1,000 or more in gas. Then comes the stress of driving across the country. Yes. And before I even get to that piece, you're organizing, you're getting your own home cleaned, carpet cleaners coming, someone to come clean the bathrooms, kitchen, everything, wipe down all the blinds, all the little things. After living there for 8 years, it's amazing that dust can find its way into the weirdest crevices. I was almost embarrassed, to be honest. I'm like, gosh, I swear I'm a neat person. Where did all this dirt come from? And just the dust of living in that and trying to clean and in a half furnished home. And then once that U-Pack is full, which it came, we did Thursday to Thursday. So We filled that sucker up on a Wednesday, one full day. We filled that baby up. And then you're staying 2 nights on an air mattress in an empty home until the carpet cleaners come. And then you're turning in your keys, and then you're getting ready to load what last little bits you have, those odds and ends throughout the house, into our 2 cars, my daughter's car and mine. And it's amazing what those little odds and ends are. You're like, why didn't this make it into the trailer? Why am I hanging on to this? Of course, I'm going to have my laptop and a suitcase of clothes, another air mattress, because we're going to probably need to sleep on that when we arrive until the moving van shows up. And we packed those 2 cars as close as we could. Sadly, at that point, and any of you have moved, you know this. At some point, you're just like, screw it, throw it away, put it by the curb. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I'm so sick of looking at stuff. Why do we hang on to so much stuff? What is it about our things that make us feel like that's part of our identity or something? It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. So here I am, like, telling my ex-husband, just I know I wanted those flower pots. They're so pretty. I wanted to bring them, but there's no room in the cars. Just dump it, like put it by the curb. Oh, don't care about that either. I was ready to put my white office chair by the curb. I didn't care anymore. Like, it's funny how you just like, I don't care. I don't care. It's too stressful. I knew when I get there, I don't care. I just want to get there already. Is this over with? This is torture. And the only thing that can keep your mind straight when you're going through the hard to get to the fun, when you're going through those challenging, it's almost like going through the fire. You feel like God is polishing you into that diamond, that pressure that's molding you into a stronger person. Your mindset is everything. Once you master that, you can master anything else. Those voices in your head saying, I'm too tired. This isn't worth it. I just want to stop. I can't do this anymore. All the things that go through our mind that makes us think that this is too tough. I just want to stop. My poor daughter was having a meltdown. Like, I can't stop packing. It's just like never ending. Every time I open a door, or a drawer or a closet, there's more stuff. And we were packing as fast as her dad was packing the van, or the moving trailer. So it was quite an interesting thing, because we did move everything up a day and kind of rushed ourselves more than we had planned. And I wanted to make sure he could get back to work on time and so on. So he helped us with the drive on the way out there. He drove in Shiloh's car. I drove mine. That first drive out with a packed car, things rattling around, and you've got 2,000 miles to go. And it's just like, wow, I cannot believe I have to do this. And there's parts of you that are like, I don't even want to keep driving. And the first part of the trip was, I guess, this beautiful energy of just zen. I know my stuff's on its way. It's packed. My baby girl, I can see her in the car in front of me. I've got my stuff in my car. We're full tank of gas. Everyone's good. Let's get the heck out of Dodge, y'all. Let's go. Let's get out of this place. Burn it down, just kind of like Sodom of Gomorrah. Don't turn around. You'll turn into a pillar of salt. Just leave Vegas. Leave. And it's interesting, if I can pause there and kind of derail for a minute, how so many people gave me their opinions about leaving Las Vegas. Like, why are you going back home, but you live in Vegas? Have you lived there yourself? Or have you just visited there? Because this mama was really tired of the nonstop crime. I had installed a Ring app, the Ring doorbell, and you get all the messages. And as soon as about 8 o'clock every evening, the post just kept going and going and going. Check your car doors. There's people coming. Make sure your cars are locked. People are stealing the cars. My car was stolen right out of my driveway. I'm trying to just load groceries, and someone came and started rifling through my truck while I was loading groceries into my house. And then there's the constant, of course, there's the nonstop missing pets, which is, they should rename it and have its own app for just missing pets. But the crime, I don't even want to park my own car in my driveway. And I'm not even talking about the 115-degree temperatures throughout the summer, which makes my summers depressing. Summertime is the fun time. Summer growing up in northern Michigan is the best time of the year. Summers are something you look forward to. You have such great memories of sunshine and suntan lotion and sand and beach and boating and kayaking and eating watermelon outside and spitting the seeds off the porch. That's what summertime is. And in Las Vegas, it's not that. It's I dreaded it. Every year I would get depressed. You're locked inside into the air conditioning. You don't even want to go outside at night because it's still 100 degrees at night. And you just feel miserable. You're so drained from the beating sun every single day. And I just couldn't do it anymore. There's the one thing to do out there is let's go drink, let's go drink, let's go drink, let's go to happy hour, let's go drink, let's go somewhere and have a drink or a cocktail, drink, 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 drink. I don't gamble. Not a fan of that vice. And clubs, definitely not a clubber. I mean, I experimented with them when I first moved there, but I was in my late 30s then, or mid 30s. And that was all new and exciting and different, newly single. But I had no reason to do anything like that, going forward. So I took all of that to say I was ready at some point in your life. And I can't say it's an age thing because my daughter's 19 and she wants quality of life too. Nature time around. She wants to see her family more. I mean, most 19, 20-year-olds, she'll be 20 in March, are like, let's go see the world. Screw everybody. Bye. She wanted the opposite. She wanted to be closer to her dad again. She wanted to be closer to her grandparents, cousins, aunts, all the relatives. Me, at my age, at 49, of course I want to go back to my roots. Who doesn't? I think we all kind of do this full circle. I saw the world. Now I want to go home. Home where my heart feels whole again. Home where there's 4 seasons. Home where I can leave my keys in the car if I have to. And, not that I ever have, but not look over my shoulder every 5 minutes afraid someone's going to rob me or steal from me or break into my car like they did last year. All the things. It's pretty bad when you can't even trust to park your own car in your driveway with full-blown bright street lights everywhere. But you're afraid someone's going to steal it. That's so dumb. That's not a way of life. That's not quality of life. So the quality of life is what pulled me through these hard moments. And as we were driving across the country, that was when I got my God time. That's when I got some alone time. Those 3 days were hard because we did stay. We drove off Saturday morning, drove all day Saturday, stayed in Colorado Saturday night. I'm like, screw it, guys. I don't even want to keep driving. And my ex-husband's used to doing this drive all the time. And he would literally just stop at rest areas, sleep for a couple hours and get back on the road. I am not made of that kind of steel. So Miss Carrie got herself the last hotel room on a Saturday night in that Colorado town. Pretty rough looking, not gonna lie, but it was a bed, a toilet that flushes, and a shower. That's all Carrie needs. Let's just do this. Sleep, and let's hit it again the next morning. Get your coffee. Let's go. So that worked out. And the first part of the drive is winding roads. It's very pretty. A lot of sightseeing. There was a rainbow, lots of mountains, very pretty. Saturday morning to Sunday morning was pretty cool. That worked out. Sunday morning we go, and there's something in me that's like, I can feel that my ex-husband wants to get this over with. It doesn't want to drag anymore. He keeps hinting we need to put in a lot of miles today because he has to work on Tuesday, and this is Sunday morning. He doesn't want to get home all late on Monday night and have to work. I think he gets up at 4 or 5 in the morning to go to work on that Tuesday. So I want to be generous and respectful because we have that relationship. It took us a while to get there, but we do. And I didn't want to take advantage of his time. One, he came out and spent a week with us prepping and moving and getting us ready, plus the drive out there. I didn't want to take advantage of any more of its time. I wanted to be respectful of that. So I pushed myself. We drove from Saturday morning till Monday morning. Crazy, right? Very little stopping only for gas and potty breaks and getting snacks. And the food, gas station food. And you don't even really want to eat like a big meal. You don't want to be in a food coma while you're driving. So you're eating like junk. I'm looking for like a healthy version of a trail mix or something. drinking water and vitamin water. That's about it. That's about my menu of choice. But we made the most of it, and we ended up going through. We took Utah to Colorado, to Nebraska to Iowa to Illinois, Indiana, Michigan. And guys, I was delirious by the time I got here. Holy cow! I arrived at my sister's. I'm like, I just need a shower, some food, and a bed. And I was at the point where I felt high. You're so tired that you don't, and I know it's not safe to drive like this, so don't write me and tell me how bad it was, because it is true. It's 100% true. When you're tired like that, I don't know how truck drivers do it. I know they pull over and sleep in their truck, but you do. It's like equivalent to being drunk or on something. And I just felt out of body. I think I was being an empath. I didn't feel grounded anymore. But let's go back to that God time I had through the country. I had podcasts. I had music. I praised and worshiped all of Saturday. A lot of Jesus music, crying, praising the Lord for walking us through this step of the hardest thing I've done in so long. But it was so worth it. So worth it. And every day that we wake up here, it's worth it. Even as I'm unpacking and sorting and trying to get our life organized again, because you feel like literally somebody picked up your life and just shattered it everywhere. That's what it feels like. Even though it's something you want, it's emotionally traumatic. The comforts of home, the restaurants you went to, the place where the drawer you keep your makeup in. I'm like, let's just be real. You have your routine. We're creatures of habit, right down to your DoorDash favorites. And now everything's different. And I can't find stuff. And what box is it in? Where is it? What can I do to feel like it's my house? This doesn't smell like my house. It smells like new construction still, which is I'm not complaining. It's a good smell. What candles? Where can I find the candles? Which box has those in it? That makes me feel like I'm at home again. Where are my favorite blankets? What can make me feel like KK again? That's really what it's all about. And slowly it's starting to feel that way. A much newer, prettier version of home, because I'll be real, it's gorgeous here. It's gorgeous. I love the exterior. It's blue and gray and white, very nautical, coastal Michigan vibe. Not the stucco brick, clay looking roofs. I don't like that. That was never me, that cookie cutter look in Vegas. Never me. Everyone's beige version of life. Beige everything. I don't even like the color beige or brown ever, unless it's furniture beige. But desert brown, everything dirt, gravel. No, that's not pretty. It almost hurts my eyes to look out the window and see such bright green grass. I'm not even used to seeing the shade of green, much less green in general. It's beautiful. I'm grateful. But it takes a toll on you. Your familiar surroundings are gone. And even though you're happy, there's still that sadness of letting go of what's, behind you, shutting that door behind you. It's okay to feel that way in any transition of change. It's okay to grieve and say, oh, I'll miss that. Even though I'm not feeling it now, because I've just been in the go, go, go mode. Just get it done. Survival mode. Find a place to live immediately. Make that happen, and check all the boxes, get your list. I mean, you literally need a list every day of 5 to 10 things to get done, from forwarding your mail to changing your address to we're going to even have to get new cell phone carriers because there's not an abundance of T-Mobile towers around us. It's just all the things. And then you're in that mode of just checking lists that you forget, nah, I'm getting what I wanted. Pause. Today we paused. We went to one of my favorite beaches just for an hour or two, just to go pause. It's not gonna be 90 degrees anymore in Traverse City, Michigan for long. Take it. Let's go get our toes in the sand and just pause, because life's gonna get busy, really busy again. So that Saturday I drove, I had my God time, crying, praising the Lord. In fact, my daughter calls me, Mom, what are you doing? Because I think she was driving behind me at the time or whatever. I'm like, I'm praising Jesus. She's like, all I see is your arms flailing about. I didn't know what you were doing. Like, I'm praising Jesus. And then Sunday, podcast. I started my morning with a lot of Beth Moore Bible studies with my coffee, and it just felt good. And then Monday, just as I'm getting to my sister's, I'm like, nope, I got to pass her up because I'm like 5.5 miles away from her. Praise Jesus. It's such a blessing. And she is my best friend in the whole wide world. So God knows what he's doing. Knowing my sisters are like 5-10 minutes away is so cool. Both of them. So I had to do a drive-by because I I leased this place with sight unseen, this townhome sight unseen, believe it or not. And even though I trusted the Lord and had a couple pictures and it's such a brand new development, they're still building all around us that it's not even on Google Maps. So you can't even stalk that way. But the beautiful part of it all was I had to do a quick drive-by, even though I didn't have the keys to the place the next day. I did a quick drive-by and I started to cry. I was like, it's beautiful here. Thank you, Jesus. It's just what I thought. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Father. Thank you, Father. So excited and just so appreciative. And that's the only thing that's going to get you through the gritty times, the grit and grace times of life is that focus on the finish line, the finish line, the finish line. When you're packing boxes and you're sweating in 110 degrees and you're carrying things into a truck, couches, boxes, heavy furniture, you're getting rid of things you thought you would keep forever, but you're letting go, even though you know you could get better eventually. And you're saying it's just stuff. It's just stuff. Stuff is breaking. Yes, I pulled out many boxes where things were broken. It's just a way of life. Let it go. Of course, the special family heirlooms I packed into my car for that reason, so that they were safely here. It's just stuff. At the end of the day, it was here for connections. I'm here for connections. And that's what I get to have every single day. Knowing that I can just drop by my sister's, drop something off. Mom can come up for the weekend and she's on her way here this weekend. Knowing Dad is an hour and a half away. Knowing that childhood friends are in the same town. It's all worth it. And that's what gets you through the hard times, is focusing on that reward, the positive outcome, the achievement, even though it costs so much money to move these days. Goodness gracious. And uprooting and everything, and coping with some sickness that you didn't even realize. And that's going to probably come as we're like, oh, I kind of miss going to In-N-Out Burger or whatever it is that's only on the West Coast. But I promise you, look for God's hands in the moment. Pause and pray when the going gets tough. Ask God for wisdom, grit, and grace. He will give it to you every time. And I want to thank you for just letting me have this off-the-cuff update of our drive to Traverse City. And we are slowly but surely making this place into a home. Shyla already drove her first jet ski yesterday. Yesterday was Labor Day, and did paddleboarding for the first time too. I haven't even gotten on a paddleboard yet. What's wrong with me? I'm a little behind on that. I was so caught up in her doing it for the first time. She's addicted to lake life, and that's what this is all about. This Pisces mermaid over here, this empath, needed water badly to feel grounded, needs nature, which is what empaths need. Nature, water, all the grounding effects of life to feel whole and to fill our souls again. And my soul is happy. My body might be still tired and I need to book a massage desperately. But let me tell you, it's all worth it. And I'm going to wrap this up as my daughter wants to get in a quick workout, which is also at the clubhouse here. So it's nice. They have a pool, hot tub, and a nice gym. So it's open 24 hours. Some of the perks of having this community life and our neighbors just seem amazing. So friendly and sweet. Something we're getting used to. We're used to the jaded, cold people that are just probably living in fear mode like we were when we were living in Vegas. It's going to be an adjustment, and I'll have more future episodes as we adjust to living back home. Thank you for listening. Big hugs, big love. See you on the next episode.
Hi there, friend. If you enjoyed this episode, do me a favor and double check that you're subscribed or following. And if you've got a quick 30 seconds, it would mean the world to me if you could leave me a 5-star review and share what you specifically liked about this episode.